Hello and welcome to our WIFR FastCast. Turning to our top story here this afternoon, a 20-year-old man will spend 6 years in prison for having several weapons, including a machine gun. On August 23rd, Rockford police stopped a car driven by Azarius Curtis. Curtis got out of the car and ran away from officers. Investigators searched the car and found 4 guns, including a ghost gun, as well as a pistol with a machine gun conversion device, which is illegal. Curtis will be on supervised release after he is released from prison. The latest fresh face stepping into a stateline leadership role, Billy Huaramo is selected as the superintendent finalist for the DeKalb Community Unit School District. Currently serving as the Director of Teaching and Learning for Pre-K, Huaramo will face the district's Board of Education for a final contract approval January 5th. He first began his career with the district in 2007 as a student teacher and was hired as an English as second language teacher at Clinton Rosette Middle School. If formally approved, Huaramo will begin his role of superintendent on July 1st, replacing current superintendent Minerva Garcia Sanchez. Rockford leaders highlight multi-million-dollar improvements set to start soon on Rockford's west side. Part of the city's largest capital improvement program yet sets aside $65 million for the 13th Ward. Neighborhoods around West State Street could see road repairs, some sidewalk upgrades, and more beginning next year. Some residents in the area say change can't come soon enough. WIFR's Nathaniel Langley hears directly from a resident who says the main concern on his mind is quality roads.
Hey folks, WIFR's Nathaniel Langley here in a part of town that the city of Rockford's data claims has the worst pavement in the entire community. There's a plan from the city to inject around $65 million onto the west side over the next 5 years. Be sure to tune in later today on WIFR and eventually WIFR.com to learn about the upcoming program and how some in the community are reacting.
The number of first-time home buyers is half of what it historically has been. 21% are purchasing their first house compared to the 42% it is typically stood at. Nationally, the average age of first-time home buyers is 40 years old. Despite those statistics, Green State Credit Union has 3 first-time buyers who are all in their early 30s. WIFR's Bria Walters speaks with them, going over what got them in this position and why they decided now was the right time to pull the trigger.
Hello everybody, this is WIFR reporter Bria Walters. Today I'm outside, I'm wandering around looking at some for sale homes, and I spoke to 3 first-time home buyers and their mortgage officer Pam DeSanti from Green State Credit Union. You can watch our afternoon shows today to hear more about their stories and what helped them purchase their first-time homes.
And it may not seem like it yet, but the holidays are here, and AAA wants you to ask yourself if your vehicle is ready for the road. Leaders with AAA say more than 109 million people will drive between now and the end of the year, with even the smallest of maintenance issues causing potential delays. Grease Monkey District Manager Josh Menzel says knowing what to ask for when bringing your vehicle in for winter service is key, and to understand the typical costs for winter maintenance to avoid that sticker shock.
I've got like a preparedness kit, so I always make sure to put my Carhartts, my boots, and a blanket in there. And then I've got my snow brush. I keep a towel, a little thing of oil and washer fluids, so that way, if need to, in the middle of the road trip, I can always get out, check my fluids, to make sure that I'm gonna be safe to make it to my destination.
Tuesday is the last day to visit Village Green in Rockford. The business is set to close its doors after 60 years. The nursery was founded in 1965 by Larry Smith, who left the business to his 2 daughters after he died 5 years ago, Cynthia and Carolyn. The woman sold the business to Platt Hill Nursery in October. The new owners will reopen the business before the 2026 spring season. Corn and soybean farmers statewide have a new threat to keep an eye out for this upcoming growing season. Asian copperleaf was found in Stevenson County following this fall's corn harvest. The weed typically stands between 1 and 2 feet tall, and it doesn't just appear in corn harvests, but also soybean planting season as well. The Stevenson County sighting is the first confirmation of Asian copperleaf here in Illinois, and if you think you have found Asian copperleaf in one of your fields, contact University of Illinois Extension. 95 people donated blood Monday for our Season of Giving blood drive with the Rock River Valley Blood Center. If you donate blood today, you could win 2 free oil changes from Take 5. And of course, we also have a grand prize on Christmas Eve. That includes a Circle of Wellness 12-month, 12 visits to a Healthier You package, a $100 gift card to Sam's Restaurant and Pizzeria, and a 1-year family membership to Nicholas Conservatory. And we still have a few days left for you to honor those who served from the state line for our WIFR viewer tree. Almost 200 names have been tied to the tree, and we still need more. Anyone interested can send an email to viewertree@wifr.com with the name of an immediate family member who's currently serving in the military and the branch they're serving in. And of course, we've got some unseasonably warm Christmas temperatures here across the state line. If you took a walk outside at all here really today, you were probably in for a little bit of a shock in the temperature department. So hey, let's take a look at how things are shaping up with a look at our hour-by-hour timecast. So taking a look out there, you can see right now, yeah, you're not mistaken there. 46 degrees there for our high, which is just absolutely crazy for this time of year. That being said, it does look like things are going to be getting colder, of course, as we go into the overnight hours. And then, of course, tomorrow, I know that we have the potential for some similar temperatures to this. I don't know that it will be necessarily as warm, but I know that we certainly aren't looking at the possible 50-degree temperatures here on Christmas that we were looking at here about this time last week. So, that being said, taking a look as we go on throughout the rest of this night, it does look like things are going to break into the 30-degree temperature range there once we hit 6 o'clock. So, once the sun is down there, we're going to be reaching 38 degrees, and then from there we're probably going to be dropping just about 1 or 2 degrees each hour there. You can see once we hit around the 10 o'clock hour there, once we hit basically the freezing mark there at 32 degrees, it does look like we have the potential for some precipitation. Again, our first alert weather team is saying that it's really only just a 10% there, so not something you necessarily have to be worried about. But of course, we're really just at the beginning of the winter season here, and something that you're going to want to have in your back pocket as we continue on throughout the rest of the season is our WIFR First Alert Weather app. I'm going to leave this up here for just a quick second for you guys, but this is just a QR code that you can scan using your smartphone. Again, you're going to want to have this in the back pocket. Also, you're going to want to make sure that you're downloading our WIFR News app. These are 2 separate apps. I know some folks are a little confused about that, but we also want to make sure that we are alerting you to the proper things through the proper app. So not only are we going to have those notifications for you on the WIFR News app, but also on the WIFR First Alert Weather app. And the best way that we can get those notifications to your phone, once you download those apps, you're going to hit Allow Notifications, and those are those little alerts that are going to pop up there right on your home screen. And what we're going to do is when we get any sorts of breaking news, any sorts of big stories, whether that be news or weather related, we're going to send out what we call a push alert, and that's going to come over to your phone. All you have to do then is just click it right on your home screen, and it'll open it up to the WIFR First Alert Weather app or the WIFR News app on your smartphone. Now, those stories that I mentioned here just a couple minutes ago will be coming up in our shows at 4, 5, 6, and 10. But of course, we don't want you to miss that if you can't make it to one of our shows. So of course, we want you to check out our website. That's www.wifr.com. Of course, I already mentioned our smartphone apps, but also you're going to want to download our streaming apps. Those are on Apple TV, Roku TV, and Amazon TV. Thank you so much again for watching, and we'll see you here in, a little less than 15 minutes for WIFR News First to 4 with Sydney Stoffragan. Thanks for watching.